There will never only be one voice for Barbie. They never want there to be only one, because actually it was really interesting the way that it was described to me, as every child's experience with Barbie is different and everyone's reaction is different. So it's good to have different Barbie sort of incarnated in different ways. But for me, for the last 2.5 years, I've done all like the direct-to-DVD movies, and I also did the doll, the Talking Barbie that got the cover of the New York Times. That was sort of my first big project. It was over 9,000 lines for that doll. Yeah, so that was the first big one. And also I do apps, you know. I'm doing Barbie Dreamtopia, which is a children's show, which is super fun right now. Yeah.
You also do, so there's like these
And
vlogs.
I do not do the vlogs. Yes, that's another girl. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah.
Very cool.
I didn't. That was before my time. Yeah. I know, someone was like, "You're my childhood," and I'm like, "I'm 25." There's no way I could possibly have been doing Barbie for like 20 years. The anatomy just doesn't work out. Yeah.
All right, so I'm a fan of Danganronpa, and
Oh,
so that you did Despair Girl.
Yes, I did.
So I'm going to talk to you about that Touch Me scene. How was filming that? Do you see it when you're recording it, and like that the hands like that? No, just touch me.
Do you guys know Danganronpa at all? Dang it, Grandpa. Loving it. But that was actually one of my first video game roles ever, and it was actually, you know what's funny? There's a compilation of some of my scenes when I'm screaming as Kotoko, and it has like 150,000 views on YouTube. It's just the English like voice of me just like yelling. It's all her crazy scenes, but she's a little cuckoo. I have a habit playing some cuckoo characters. I don't know if that's funny. No, I do. But yeah, I remember. Okay, actually, this is really funny that you mentioned that specific scene. It's this kind of weird like tickle torture scene, which tickling is an actual torture method. But it's Jeremy's character. What's her name? What's that? Oh, Komaru. Naive, right? Komaru. Yeah. Or Komaru. So Jeremy had already gone in and done the scene before I went in. So it wasn't a group recording. But they said the director said, Jeremy played it really, really real. So I need you to go the complete opposite, which I thought was really interesting, because I think it helped the scene play better, to have that juxtaposition of her really, really playing it straight and me kind of being a little crazy. But she is, I mean, all of the type of scenes. But she has such a horrible backstory. I was like, what the heck? She was, I don't know if I should, it's funny to us now, but she has a really, really horrible backstory. But that was interesting, because it gave me a lot of motivation, and it allowed me to justify what she was doing. Because basically, like, she was abused, to put it lightly, when she was younger, and so I remember her doing that to Komaru was like, she didn't understand why it was wrong. She was like, well, people did this kind of stuff to me, so why can't I do it to somebody else to get what I want? It was actually, it got really emotional, like, for sure.
Dark.
Yeah, really
So dark. I'm like playing it going,
yeah.
what am I playing right now?
She's still one of my favorite parts, because I remember auditioning and kind of going, I'm never going to book this. And then I don't know if you guys know Tales of Berseria. Any of you guys Tales fans? Yeah, I was Magilu in Tales of Berseria, and that part, I didn't want to audition for it. I remember going through and going, okay, Velvet, okay, Eleanor, blah, blah, blah. And then I remember just going, are you kidding me? No, I remember going in with Danny, the woman who owns the studio, who recorded auditions. I said, Danny, I don't want to do it. She said, just do it, Ericka. Just do the audition. I was like, and then I ended up booking it. And she's one of my favorite parts too. I was really scared to do Futaba. I was so freaked out. Oh my gosh. I was like, this is heavy. This is a lot. Yes, Dakota. You're next. DBZ, you're next.
How does it go about, how was auditioning for Futaba? Because
They did not do auditions for this one. Yeah. They, basically, I had just worked on Shin Megami Tensei and Asahi, or Apocalypse, which is an Atlas title. And I did audition for that one, and then I worked with them, and then they ended up, that was kind of how I got Futaba. They picked people that they had already worked with, and people that they kind of liked their work and their voices. It was really interesting, because usually that's not the case. Usually you have to audition for everything. So, and when they brought me in, Futaba hadn't even been announced in Japan, so I had no information. I just had a little sprite picture of her. And then kind of going, all right, you know, let's unpack this character. And she's, and DBZ.
So I wanted to know how long it took you to record your lines for both Shadows of Valencia and Persona 5.
Shadows of Valenti was about 24 hours of recording. And maybe, I think we went in before the holidays, before like Christmas, for 16 hours, and we finished it up after. So yeah, and then I did Heroes. Right? That's what it's called, right? So like the overlap. And then I was like, so look who's gonna be in here, and I was all like sick. And so I kind of did a couple lines for that. And then Persona, I think, was like 50 hours of recording. It was absolutely insane. I was simultaneously recording for Tales of Rosaria, which was like a lot of recording. I think that was probably like 30 hours, 40 hours of recording. And then, and Persona. And so I would go in and I would be like 3 hours Magilu, 4 hours Futaba, 2 hours Magilu, 2 hours Futaba, and I just, it was major like character related for me. I was like, who am I today? And they're both very intense characters, so it was an interesting few months.
I was wondering, how did you get into character with Futaba, and do you share like any traits with her?
It's antisocial. I feel like I am I'm an introvert masquerading as an extrovert. I think that describes me the best. I like to just stay in my apartment and not talk to anyone most of the time. But, I mean, I think everybody, right? Well, not everybody, but social anxiety, right? Totally. Like, I completely get that. And how did I get into character? It's interesting that you say that because, okay, so if you, obviously, me and Futaba are very, very different people. I would always hunch. Every time I would pretend I was typing, I would kind of sit in this like hunch, and then I would pretend that I was typing all the time. Like, especially for the nav lines, I would just sit there like this. And then I would say, so a lot of times, like if you have a character that you maybe have a little bit of trouble getting into, you'll have a line that you say, and mine was always, my mom, like, I don't know why, and they would think I was crazy. Or they would come in and Val, the director, was like, don't worry, she's just doing the thing that she does. Sitting there. Yeah. Usually, but for Futaba specifically, I had such a specific, like, thing that I had to do in order to get into character. Yes. Oh, no, you're good. Go ahead.
All right, so from fans, have you ever received any really weird or bizarre gifts?
I have only received cool gifts. Actually, you know what's funny on my these are all gifts. These little Futaba charms. Yeah, the artists come up to me and give me. Was it you? No. Yeah. I got them yesterday. Artists come up to me and give me like Persona stuff that they have at their booths, and it's seriously crazy. It's insane. Oh, and other stuff, but mostly Persona. It's awesome. What was the question? No.
Just bizarre gifts.
Oh, but nothing bizarre, I don't think. No one's tried to like give me their hair. I'm trying to think. No, it's always been really sweet. Up to this point, we shall see. I have a signing after this. We'll see. Yeah. And then,
I was just gonna ask, what's your favorite nav line? So, you know, we hear
here's on the
something.
buffs.
There's
Here come the buffs! On your toes, Joker!
Yeah. Yeah, that was my favorite. I remember you guys when that freaking trailer came out, the Futaba trailer. I'm so nervous. Oh. And then I didn't even know what I was getting into. I had no idea that she was like voted the most popular character in Japan. It was like, oh no, you don't get to her till 20-something hours in. I was like, oh, okay, this will be chill. It's not chill. It's not chill. And they're like, we're making her headphones. She's the first figurine that's coming out. I was like, I haven't pre-ordered, by the way. Yeah, it was like, oh wow, she's everyone's waifu. Great. This should be fun for me. And also, I don't sound exactly like the Japanese version. So that's all. You know, there are always going to be people that are like, what did you do to my precious wife? I'm like, it's me. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Did a great job.
Thank you. a tough one, so I really do appreciate that. I've heard people come up to me and tell me like that I made Futaba for them, and that was such a high compliment. All I really care about at the end of the day is doing good work. That's very much where I come from as a performer. So people appreciate that. I try not to. Actually, one of my mentors told me, don't pay attention to your good press, don't pay attention to your bad press, right? Because there are going to be people that will coddle you and tell you you're great even when you're not great. And then there are people that will hate you for absolutely no reason, regardless of what they do. So, yeah. But it is really nice to hear. Someone died, or was that magic or too? I think someone died. But anyway, Hat, you in the back, and then we'll get to Joker.
I was just wondering if you like the percent of music.
Oh my gosh! Okay, yes. Who does it? That freaking game is so stylish. Like it's so. Oh, there is a mix. It's someone put it to rain. I can't remember the freaking name, but it's what?
Beneath the Mask.
Yes, it's Beneath the Mask to rain music, and I sit and I just listen to it, and it actually helps me fall asleep. I love it. Oh yeah, I love it. Oh yeah, the style of Peacock, insane. And who is the new big? Yes, you.
If you had to pick a character besides Futaba, who would you be your favorite?
Who? Ryuji? He's also he's voiced by Max Middleton, who is a sweet baby angel, and he's a really good friend of mine, and also my neighbor. Yeah. And also Max was actually, do you guys know who Max is? He's One Punch Man. He's Saitama. Yeah, and he's also Ryuji. And he's also in the new Spider-Man. It's going to be on Disney. He's Harry Osborn, I believe. But Max, I'm just, this is just going to be me talking at you for an hour. I'm sorry. But Max is very special to me, both as a person and a performer, because my first ever role in anything was in a show. You guys are not going to know what it is. It was a Viz Media show called Capellion. Does anyone here know what Capellion is? Okay, great, good. But I remember going in, it was my first role in anything. It was my first voiceover role, and I was thrown into a lead in a show. And I was like, what? Like, I barely even knew how to do ADR. I was like, okay, I'll try. And I was playing this character named called Ibarra Naruse, and we got, it was like 13 hours of recording for the first half, I believe. It was just a lot of work. I was like thrown in just into a straight up fight. And I remember hearing, there's like this scene where she passes out and then she gets up and hits her head, and then this guy goes like, he's like, don't hurt yourself, Naruse, you're gonna sink the boat or something weird like that. And I remember hearing his voice, and it was my love interest for the show. His name's Haruto. And I remember going, oh my god, who is that? Like, I don't recognize that voice, who is that? And this was a couple years ago, and the director was like, Max I can't remember his name. But I remember like hearing that, and then a year later he was the co-star of Mike Howdy in Your Lie in April. And so I hold his voice in my heart, just because we're cast as like brother and sister-in-law, or cast as like love interests a lot. It's very, very interesting. Yeah. I just wanted to say the champion. But Max's work is so good. You guys don't know him, you should go check it out. I don't remember what the question was. Did I answer it? Cool. Yes.
Growing up, did you have any actors or performances who really inspired you as an actor?
Oh, totally, yeah. As far as voiceover specifically, or?
Anything, really.
I think, I don't know if there was Keira Knightley. I was obsessed with Pirates of the Caribbean, so I loved Keira Knightley. Who else? Now I look at a lot of voiceover people, obviously, like Ray Griffin, Laura Bailey, Tara Scott. But performance-wise, I'm trying to think if there's a specific one. I don't think so. I think anyone that makes me feel something makes me feel something in my cold dead heart. Yeah. You.
Have you ever played two distinct characters in like the same media? And
Was it tough? Like,
Yeah,
differentiating
absolutely.
your voices?
Oh yeah, totally. So okay, I went in for something recently where I had to play 3 different girls who all could possibly interact with one another, and I think I did something. So okay, I think of everything musically. So I sing, and I come from a musical theater background. So for me, if you tell me I need you to do 3 different characters, I haven't warmed up or anything, but if I need you to do 3 different characters, they all need to sound different, and also in a naturalistic setting, right? So if you're doing a cartoon, it's a lot easier, like a super cartoony show. Obviously, they're all cartoons, but so I had to do 3. I think I went really low and sort of slow with one of them, and then I kind of went up here and did something like this. So I went low, I went high, and then I went out, and she was just kind of super chill. She's like, yeah, welcome back. Oh, that's so awesome, dude. Like that kind of stuff. And I had to obviously make it fit the character. But yeah, we had one sort of like ethereal, we had one slow, and then we had one out. So like down, up, out. That's what I always go to. What can I put this in a different register? Like what can I do to make them sound different? But yes, I do play characters. I would say I don't want to call myself a jack of all trades, master of none, but like I can kind of do anything. Like I can kind of do it. I'm not great at everything, but you can kind of throw me in there and be like, all right, let's see what you got. And I'll figure. Because it's also because I don't have a super distinct voice. I think that's one of the big misconceptions about VO is that you have to have this really intriguing voice. Like nobody's listening to my voice. Oh, I've never heard that before. That's so intriguing. Like let's sign her on the spot. I think it's really all about the acting. And most of the things that I book are in my natural voice. They're very, very close to my natural voice. Yes.
What's the name of the show that you were just talking about?
Capellian? Oh, no, what? Oh, the one with the 3 different voices. Oh, I can't say.
Okay.
NDAs, bro. It's for a video game. Oh, do you guys know an anime called Terraformers?
The evil roach one?
Yeah. So I'm voicing Michelle K. Davis in that. And I also voiced Sheila. So I am voicing 2 different characters. I will never forget. I booked Michelle, and she's the female lead, I would say. It's this crazy, gory cockroach show. Evil cockroach show. It's very, very gory. But actually, my favorite, full disclosure, my favorite anime is Hellsing of all time. All time. Like 110%. So, but I had to voice another character who I thought she was a bit part, she's not. She has a lot of stuff to do. So keeping her, so obviously I went and I just did a different register. I just kept her very high and breathy, as opposed to Michelle, who's like the bottom of her. Hello, yes.
What would be like your dream role if you were able to get it? Like something.
Oh, I'd love to be a lead in an Assassin's Creed. Or I would say I'd love to be in Overwatch. But
You never know. You can be a character.
yeah.
Are you not telling us something?
No. I really
We're all gonna write to Blizzard and make sure you get it.
I did a few lines in Legion. I'm in Legion a little bit. But yeah. Blizzard, their work is just so good. And their characterizations are wonderful. Yeah. Yes.
Throughout your musical theater experience,
Yes.
Is there a certain point or a certain memory or something that really sticks with you?
I played Moonface Martin in Anything Goes. I don't know if any of you guys know musical theater. I remember that was my senior year. I played a lot of men.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I wanted to do that. I thought they were more interesting. And so, because we had a really small department, I remember my teacher wanted to cast me as Reno, and I went in and auditioned for Moonface, and she was like, I gotta give you Moonface, and you do the best against the dudes. Yeah, I always went for the weird stuff, and then that year at my little theater awards, I got Best Actor in a musical. It was really funny. Yeah. I don't know. I think what sticks out to me is all the times I didn't book the part I wanted. And because I was never the favorite. I think that's a big misconception. You think you see someone who's working and you think, oh my god, I thought they were just always like that, and I was not. I was not. Even at UCLA, I was never the favorite. I was never the girl everyone wanted in all their stuff, and I wasn't like the special one. But I think by the time I graduated, I realized how the real world was going to be, because I feel like casting-wise, I've been living it my whole life. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Have you ever interacted with a character from another persona game, like the voice actor of them?
Yeah, totally. Oh yeah. Oh my god, so many of them. I've been in the booth for Marvel, Laura Bailey, who's racing, and Troy Baker, and who else? There's so many people. I've met a lot of them. Yeah, it's a small community. Yes. Oh, totally. Yeah. Max is my neighbor. He's great. He's also Leo. Yeah, Matt Mercer. He's a buddy. Matt's so nice, you guys. You guys know Matt Mercer, right? He's the nicest guy. He's like, it's disgusting how nice that man is. I have never seen him ever. It's kind of insane. Like, I want him to. Darren DePaul's the same way. The guy who's Reinhardt. He worked at the same agency. Actually, my talent agency, Atlas Talent, they're also they're shortly going to have Junkrat and Roadhog at their agency too, which is like
That's your winning?
Yes, yeah, that's how it works. Totally. Yes.
So, how have you rewatched Your Lie in April? Have you watched it?
It's too hard. I'm serious, man. It's bad.
The first time, how many times did you cry per episode?
We did a screening, and I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Your Lie in April. Have you watched the dub of it, or
The dub is actually pretty good.
I know it is. I know. No, it's really good. It's like one of the best. It's objectively one of the best dubs I've ever seen, and it's definitely some of the best work I've ever done. Because Aniplex and Bang Zoom and Patrick also. Because Patrick, so a lot of times with anime, a different person is directing and a different person is writing and a different person is kind of in charge of casting or whatever. So Patrick Seitz, who is also doing on Ohana, it's the same team that did Your Lie in April is doing on Ohana, and he had a lot of casting control. He was writing it and he was directing it. Those were his stipulations to do the show. Because anime is hard enough as it is, because there are a lot of sort of cultural norms in Japan that don't translate to English very well, to American culture. And so that's really difficult to begin with, just in translating and dubbing anime. But with Your Lie in April, because it's so heavy, you have to do it right and you have to take the time, because like, can you imagine like having to do, so okay, you're doing a scene, it's hard enough, right? Beep, 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 make it fit. Imagine you're bawling, you're crying, and you're, okay, so you have to do a breath here, and then you have to do an exhale here, and then you have to say the line and make it fit, like, because for me, whenever I was crying in Your Lie in April, if you ever hear it, I'm actually crying. Like, I was losing it. Oh my gosh, it was, yeah, it was just bad. But the show was great, and I'm really proud of the work I did in it. You gotta go like whole hog on that stuff. I'm in a road hog club. I hate myself. By the way, Roadhog is like a horror movie when I play Overwatch. Like when you see that hook come out of nowhere, like and drag someone behind a wall, like in videos, like what? Ah! Luckily, Josh is really nice, so that's yeah, Your Lie in April. We did a screening. I remember, first of all, when the trailer was released, I started bawling. I remember sitting in my room and crying. And then when we did a little wrap party and screening, and I left halfway through because I was just crying in my car. Like I couldn't handle it. It's too much. Go watch it, y'all.
I've seen it 3 times.
You have?
I'm going for a 4th.
Crazy. And I remember the reaction, because people are obviously we scrutinize dubs really hard, and I remember they premiered the trailer at a convention, and the first review was so positive. It was somebody who was like, he was like, I could not believe it. I could not believe how beautiful it sounded in English. Like and I just was so happy for people. It was like our baby. It was like a little baby. And now it's like, here's my baby. And oh, it's an ugly baby. And I'm like, oh my god, like it's really good. It was overwhelmingly positive feedback, which does not happen that often with anime dubs. So very exciting. Yes.
Is it hard to get into a character whose like ideology, personality, like is against yours? Like someone that you don't like. Is it hard to empathize?
It used to be. It's not really anymore. It's just kind of something you just gotta do, you know? If I'm doing a video game and I got 6 characters and one of them's a villain and 2 of them are good and one of them's weird, like, you know, you just kind of gotta do it. I
Like,
think
what goes through your mind though, like when you're changing your voice into that character? Like,
that's a really good question. Oh, I licked it again. That was a good question. I think finding motivation, right? So villains don't think they're wrong. You don't just play someone. You don't just go, well, this person's evil because they're evil. You go, no, why do they do the things that they do? Why do they act the way that they do? Is it a front? What happened to them when they were younger? What, you know, who hurt you? Like, who did this to you? Yeah, I think that's... I remember auditioning for a character who was evil. I didn't book it, but this one really stuck with me. It was this girl who were only, I think it was this PC. It was like this weird mainframe that was like her dad or something, and that was the only thing that ever loved her or she ever really cared about. And so she did. What? I didn't book it. I don't know. It was all codenamed. It was all codenamed. But then I think it turns on her, and she kind of loses it in this really horrific way. And I remember. That was so simple to me. It was so simple why she'd do that. It's because the only thing that really loved her is now gone and has betrayed her. What do you have if you don't have anyone to lean on? Yeah, it always boils down to something very, very simple.
so you go get a core principle and you kind of base it off that.
Yeah, it's like it's very basic wants and needs. What do you want? Do you want love? You know? Or, yeah. It's like people ask me a lot of times, because Your Line April deals with illness, but deals with illness, and people go, how did you get into character or whatever? Like, how did you relate to that or whatever? And I was like, who cannot relate to loss or wanting to be remembered or loving someone and never having enough time with them? You know, like those are such basic. They're such basic things, and everybody's felt that way, right? I just happen to wear my heart on my sleeve and cry all the time. That's why. Yeah. Like I always, it's so funny. I only recently have I been able to talk about Your Line April without starting to cry because it's so close to me. It just is. Even though I haven't had terminal illness. Also, I use substitution a lot. If I can't quite relate to something, and I went to UCLA for theater, so I have my degree in theater. This is something I've been doing for a very, very long time. So you kind of figure out ways, right? Okay, I need you to cry right now. What can I do, right? Like with voiceover, it's like you go in, you get the script, blah, blah, blah. You kind of just have to do it. That's what I've learned in the last 3 years. You just gotta do it. Don't think about it too hard, just do it. But I usually use my family. I think about my brother, right? If somebody's dying, or like, okay, so with Your Line April, right? Jose, I think about, and I'm not like in a relationship right now, so I thought about, oh my God, like what if I was sick and I had to, okay, I don't want to cry, but like what if I was sick and I had to leave my brother, you know? Like leave him alone. That would be really horrible. And that's like all I need. And I could, I'm like done. But that's why I'm emotionally very, very connected to that stuff. So it's hard for me to watch. But I'm really happy that people like the work. Next question. I just talked for 10 minutes. Is this an outcast?
Michelle.
Oh, we're good. We got 20 minutes. Yes. Okay.
Do you have a favorite TV show?
Like live action or?
Anything. Just your favorite show.
I really liked Castlevania. Did anyone see that? Oh. I auditioned for that. It was so good. So good. Huh?
Why didn't you get it?
Why didn't you get it? Why don't understand? No, I don't know. No. It was great. It was really good. As far I said, my favorite anime is
The original.
Oh, okay. You want to talk about the 13-episode anime series that's not canon with the manga but has a superior soundtrack, or?
Okay, still, but the cinematic A masterpiece is in Ultimate.
Oh,
It's really
it's obviously superior. Ultimate is obviously superior. Get out of here, Incognito. Get out of here. But the soundtrack is way better for the tips.
it's kind of hard to focus on the soundtrack with exploding zombies. So.
Exactly. Yeah. But my introduction to the series was that 13-episode anime series.
Oh, really?
So.
It wasn't as like spectacular because I thought it was
No,
really
Hellsing
down.
Ultimate is for you guys. If you're okay with blood and like vampires, whoa. Also, there's a quote that I am so obsessed with. It's disgusting. It's the bird of Hermes is my name, eating my wings to make me tame. That's the tagline of the show. And I remember I discovered Hellsing when I was 15. And I was watching it, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And I remember not understanding for years what that quote meant, and I thought it was just made up for the show. It's not. It's from a 16th century alchemical manuscript written by George Ripley, and it's about so basically like Alucard, which is Dracula backwards. Alucard is now, well, he's not a slave to the Hellsing organization. I don't know, how many of you guys know Hellsing? Do you? Okay, so a few of you. So Alucard is actually, he's actually Vlad the Impaler, the actual historical figure. And he was basically defeated and captured by the Hellsing organization. You know, like Van Helsing, it's kind of that sort of lore. And so he was chained in the Hellsing organization's basement and released when this girl, Integra Fairbrooke Wingate's Hellsing, like needed him or whatever. And what he does is they have all these restrictions on him. So he, in order to fight, he has to release these restrictions that the Hellsing organization has on his power. So the bird of Hermes is my name, eating my wings to make me tame is actually referencing self-imposed limitation. So Alucard sort of limits his power in order to work for the Hellsing organization. And I think it's really interesting. And I've seen parallels drawn between that and like artistic self-imposed limitation. Like we kind of, it's about a bird that literally eats its own wings to limit its power. And I think that like I never want to eat my own wings artistically or creatively. So for me, like that really stuck with me. And I love that it's from an actual freaking like alchemical manuscript. What? Yeah, Hellsing's awesome, y'all. Yes.
Do you watch any Abridged series?
I'm actually really good friends with Martin from Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Lofrigo, he's a friend of mine. He's freaking awesome. And I used to watch it before I even met him. Oh, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Also, I'm friends with Curtis Takahata.
Oh.
Yeah, from Team 4-Star. Yeah, he's super cool. He's a buddy. And he's Alucard, and yeah.
So good in characters.
Oh yeah, they're great. The Abridged series are really fun. Yeah, those are the two that I watched. But I really kept up with Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged for a very long time. And Martin's also very good. Yes. I don't have one. That's like asking me to choose between my children. That's jokes on me. It's like, okay. You know what? One of my favorites was, and it's dumb, but I did this sportscaster voice for this game called Ziggs. And it's like something Mechanized Combat League or something that was for Sony. And I got to just be like, it's a great day for sports today, right, Bob? And then I had to go. We were like narrating. It was for this like really cool badass trailer. And I think I was like, and Team 1 just managing to hang on there, like that kind of stuff. I just it's like my favorite thing. It was like 2 hours at Sony, but it was like one of my favorite things to do. I was like, yes. I think that's what booked it when I was like, just managing to hang on there. I googled sportscasters when I watched them. And also my friend Ed Bosco was the other guy in the trailer. So it was like we were talking to each other. It was freaking great. My favorite roles, though, I would say I'm really, really proud of my work as Anadu and Anohana. That's not out yet, but I'm really, really excited for you guys to see it. I really loved your line, April. Voicing Jane Foster for Marvel Avengers Secret Wars on Disney was such an honor. It was like the first big, I was like walked into the room and it was like Roger Smith, Laura Bailey, Ray Griffin, Fred Tatasciore, Troy Baker, like every big heavy in this industry was like in that room. I'm like, why am I here? Yeah. I'm also taking over for Windblow in Transformers, Robots in Disguise, which is on Cartoon Network, for season, I believe it's 3. That was also really cool. That was a good one. Like, how was like a Transformer? What? Also Barbie, obviously. It was not something I ever expected to book or do the voice of. I remember when my agent was like, when they want you to do it for Barbie, I was like, I don't sound like Barbie. That's never gonna happen. Yeah, but no. I'm just gonna say, hi, I'm Barbie. It's so nice to meet you. I love hanging out with you. It's so much fun.
Thank you for being alive.
You guys are so kind. Thanks for bearing with me. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay, so you're clearly into anime.
Yes.
What do you think of Sword Art Online?
What?
What do you think of Sword Art Online?
I'm in that, so I like it. I'm in Sword Art Online too. I was Nori of the Sleeping Rings.
Oh,
yeah, that was my first thing I was ever on Toonami. I forget I don't know my resume anymore. So what I did. But I think it wasn't something that I watched. But it's cool. It seems like a cool show. I have very niche taste in anime. I like Fate. The last show that really got me, and actually I have a bit part in Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, but Hellsing, nothing. Okay, Naruto. I love Naruto. I think the first 16 episodes of Bleach are freaking fantastic. That world it was so beautiful and so new and so different from anything like the big three, like Naruto and One Piece. It was so different. Felt so grounded, and as a teenager watching that was incredible. It made me feel like I could do anything. And what is better than that, right? What is better than watching something or playing something that makes you feel like you want to go out there and punch a hollow? But I don't remember what we were talking about.
You were talking
so
about
much.
Fate.
Naruto. Oh, Fate. The last show that really, really got me was Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night Unlimited. Those were two. And also Tony Oliver. That's like his baby. He directs it, and it's just so good. I love Fate. It's so good. And also the soundtrack. That's another soundtrack. I have the Hellsing soundtrack on my phone, and then I also have the Fate soundtrack. It's good. Obviously I'm more into the gritty stuff, but I can't watch it that often because it makes me feel too hard. That's why I watch reality shows, because I act all day and I cry, and then I go home and I'm like, I want to play Overwatch. I don't want to see blood. I don't want to watch anything that's going to make me upset.
So why do you play Overwatch?
I play with my friends who, I don't know, actually, I play with, do you guys know Taliesin Jaffe? He's executive goth on Twitter. He's on Critical Role. He's Percy in Critical Role. Okay, he's a friend of mine, and we play Overwatch together. And he's amazing. He's such a. Oh, also, fun fact: Taliesin freaking directed Hellsing. He directed and wrote a lot of Hellsing. That was his baby so many years ago. You guys want to talk about freaking creepy? I hope he sees this. He knows. I'm a huge Hellsing fan, right? So I discovered Hellsing when I was 15, and I remember. You guys, I was so scared to tell anyone I liked anime because I was in North Carolina at this really small school and nobody liked anime, and I was like, everyone's gonna hate me and they're gonna think I'm a nerd or whatever, which is ironic now because I talk about it all the time. But I remember my mother, I remember it was my birthday. I told my mom. It took me 15 minutes in the car to get out to tell my mom that I liked anime. She thought I was gonna tell her I was pregnant. I was so embarrassed that I liked anime. I was so freaking embarrassed. It's hilarious now. But one of the best gifts I ever got, I told her, I said, I really like this anime. It's called Hellsing. I own all the manga too, by the way. I'm not doing it. But I was like, I really, really like it, because they were in the middle of making Hellsing Ultimate. You know how slowly those volumes come out. The great thing about Hellsing is it's 10 volumes, perfect, done. Ends on a great note. They didn't drag it out for a million chapters. It's just pure gold. But my mother, I remember getting home from school on my birthday, and for some reason, I think, this sounds so sad, nobody was home right when I got home. And my mother, my mom bought me this big makeup case, those big old makeup cases, and I opened it, and the first volume of Hellsing Ultimate was in the bottom of it.
Did she like
it was
open
the
it?
first. Huh?
Did she actually look at it? And she said it was okay for a 15-year-old dog.
Yeah, no, are you kidding me? Have you met me? Like, but yeah, the first volume, I think she did check because it was animated, so of course it couldn't be, you know. But I remember that meant so much to me because it was the first tangible thing I had that really represented what I loved. And I don't remember what we were talking about. What was the question? No, I had something else to say.
Talking about playing Overwatch with friends.
Oh, Taliesin. The additional features was like Taliesin talking about Hellsing, because and Crispin, who's like one of my mentors, who taught me like basically how to dub anime, and now I'm friends with him. Isn't that so weird? And also Patrick Seitz is Luke Valentine, and now I've worked with him on freaking Hana and Airline April. Yeah, but Taliesin Taliesin is very like he's very Zenyatta about everything. You know what I mean? He plays. I feel like he does Zenyatta and D, but Taliesin is insanely good. Insanely good. And but we'll play, and I'll get very ADD about everything, and he'll be like, just stay on the payload, Ericka. Just stay, Ericka. Ericka, just stay on the payload. He's very like he's good at like keeping everything.
So on that note, who do you play?
Well, I said I play Junkrat. I mean Junkrat, and I do tour roles. Sometimes Farah, if I'm feeling sassy. A good Farah can just ruin your life. Man. Huh?
Have you tried out?
I have not. Is he good?
He's really fun.
But he's kind of difficult to control.
Oh, okay.
He's kind of cool. He has like a one-hit kill.
Oh. That's interesting. Yeah, I like Junkrat because I feel generally, unless I'm in just a wide open space, I can pretty much tailor him to whatever situation and sort of come out sometimes unscathed. Unless I'm going in kamikaze style to like take out a bastion. You know when the chips are down and you know that if you die you can take someone down with you. And you're just like, I have to go. Like, that's me. And the best feeling in the world is Junkrat. So when you lay down one of those traps and again you just or a tracer, where they're like running around and you're like, ha! You're the ones.
Especially when you put a bomb right there. It's a little trap.
Those deck bombs are freaking fantastic. You can use them for anything, just anything. It's insane. Yeah.
Now, do you like playing Total Mayhem?
Oh, I have played with a few friends. Oh, do you guys know? I'm like name dropping, but do you guys know a YouTuber by the name of Nate Wants to Battle? Yeah. He's a friend of mine. We play Total Mayhem. Yeah. I know it's a small world, isn't it? But yeah, he and a few other people, like YouTube people, they always make me go to their freaking Total Mayhem matches.
Oh, I was talking about Overwatch.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because when I play on PC with Junkrat, just throw it on bombs, I'm always in the air.
Oh, total. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. He's
It's
fly.
best thing. And also, I'll play Farah, and then you have a Winston just flying in the air, you have a flying monkey. I love it.
I remember one match I was playing Mercy, and it was like the one time I remember there being a really kind Genji who would not just go, I need healing, and you'd be like 6 miles away. I can't Genji, I'll die. But he would always just come up with right next to me every time he needed help. He wouldn't ask for it, he'd just come up to me. I think you're so cute. I wish everyone was like this.
See, when I play Genji, like, if she's healing, it's just to piss her off. It's fine. I'll just spam that X key, and it's wonderful. But other than that, I'm pretty good.
It ain't healing! I only do it when I really mean it. Fiercely independent.
Well, how would you feel if one day you get a call from the agent and next thing you know you hear, hey, I got you a gig from this team called Overwatch. Do you want to go for it?
I'd be like, I'd pass out.
What if these Junkrat's and
They'd be like, no, we have one line for you. It's like a one, like, I would voice Bush 1 for Overwatch. I would be, yeah. You just need to do like a death screen. Yes. For free. I love it. I used to play a lot of video games, and Overwatch got me back into it. Pokemon was so accessible. Yes. Back then,
What's your favorite movie?
okay.
Overwatch. Other than Overwatch.
I would say when I was younger, I was really into Bioshock. Bioshock 1 and 2. I know people think Bioshock 2 is repetitive. I really loved Rapture. That's kind of what made me fall in love with Bioshock, so those are my favorites. Assassin's Creed I really like. Call of Duty I was really into Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, it was weird to plug with Call of Duty. I miss those. And Pokemon, I played a lot of Pokemon. And I actually recently played X. It's really fun.
I need healing.
Heroes always die. So many hands.
We got
Is
like
there
3
anybody
minutes.
that you like idolize, like really idolize? Like once you're karate?
Pretty agnostic. Like as far as talent,
As a voice actor.
Taliesin. No, I know he's not my god. If he started a cult, I'd probably join it. I'm not gonna lie. But no, you don't. Oh God, that's so great. I would say probably no. But there are people whose like work I look up to for sure. If I watch and I get it, I understand where they're coming from. That's when I kind of go, okay, I can show this person. You look at like, okay, it's pretty easy to figure out if you're competitive. Like, look at your audition. What I did, right? I took the second Voltron. I auditioned for Voltron. I auditioned for a bunch of stuff that I don't book. And I take my audition and I listen to what I did and I listen to what they did. And it's okay if it's different, but is it on that level? Is it on the level? Did you do something similar to what they did? Did you do something different from what they did? Is there a clear discrepancy in not talent, but in choices or whatever? Are they way more specific than you are? Blah blah blah. It's great. You've got I look up Laura Bailey's work all the time. They're great. And Troy Baker, man. Yes.
Do you have a favorite Pokemon?
This is tough. Probably, I rode horses when I was younger, so it's really into Ponyta and Rapidash. But they're not like the most powerful. I was an Articuno girl. Yeah.
You said you played Pokemon. Have you ever played Pokemon Go?
Yes.
What Pokemon?
Valor.
Yeah.
Dude, here's the thing. Mystic have the numbers, but Valor, we're crazy. We'll go out in the middle of the night and take gyms. Like, Instinct is too small numbers to really compete. Sort of.
I see.
But I played like really intensely for like 2 months, and then I was like, it was taking over my freaking life. Oh, 1 minute. Does anyone have any other burning questions? How old are you? Yes, you. What?
Okay.
I was so
So, I heard that you did some work for Voltron?
No, I didn't. I auditioned.
Oh, okay.
Not to make
You watched Voltron?
To my horror and chagrin, I have not done work on Voltron.
Have you ever watched Corpse Party?
No, but I've heard of it. Isn't that a gross one about
It is
seance and everyone
I've
dies?
seen it. I saw it once, and I never saw it again.
Is there ever a time when like you're watching a show or something and the voice acting like gets you and you start like critiquing it? Like,
Totally, all the time. Yes.
is it like an issue like you can't watch a show because like the voice acting?
Yeah, it's tough for me. But if it's good, I'm like, ooh, this is amazing. I've always do that. As an actor, I've always done that though. Always. Yeah.
You're working with Atlas right now?
Atlas Games. Are you talking about that weird rumor about the Persona 5 dance thing?
No, anything Atlas. Anything Atlas right now.
Alright, so
You're at the same time as you're working with something.
I mean, I'm done. I worked on something else with Atlas, and it's not Persona 5. It's over now. Why are you sad? Don't be sad. What is it? Don't be sad that it happened. Be happy that it happened. No, that's not the right quote. Don't be sad. Don't be sad it's over. Be happy that it happened. There you go. Persona 5 dancing all day.
At least you'll never see it coming.
I used to sit in my car and just sing because I wanted to be in Persona so badly, and I thought I never would, so I would just like sit in my car and be like, Persona! Persona! Persona!
Did you play any of the Persona games?
No, I haven't. I watched a lot of gameplay though from 4.
Who's your favorite board character?
What do you say?
Yes.
Naruto! When they were like, you said Futaba's basically what you say, Alright, I think it's time, right?
Yeah, so,
I have a signing. When's my signing?
yeah.
1:45. 1:45. Come get your stuff signed by me.